is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie for your Tuesday podcast. Talking Oscars today. Got a bit of after party goss for you.
Do you?
Actually, do you know what we were talking about? Is it like... I mean, it's nothing like the Logies. Far out.
It's exactly
but with
like
the
the
Logies. It's got... But with the Logies, you go out if you want to have a quick whiz and then you get stuck out, you can't get back in. And we want to know, can you drink at the Oscars, number one? Number two, can you sneak a hip flask in?
Yeah.
And number three, when you think of a person that's been at the Oscars the most, you think of Richard Wilkins from Channel 9. He's been doing it for over 20 years.
Oh, my God.
Crashing after parties, flirting with huge Hollywood stars over there. So we thought we'd give Dickie a call today just to see the ins and outs of the Oscars. I mean, what could you sneak in there?
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Documentary comes out this Sunday on Stan. It's Craig Bellamy, Inside the Storm. 22 years he's been there. The success that man has had. It's a great, you know what? It's great because you see another side of Bellamy. You see, Cam Munster getting stuck into him. The way that he loves his grandkids. Actually, they bring the players bring the grandkids down in the room if they have a bad loss sometimes. So Craig doesn't yell at them.
Awesome.
Yell at them as hard.
Can't swear in front of them. I love that idea. Well, Fitz, growing up for a long time, I was called Beelzebub. And I was trying to work this out, and I didn't really know what it meant. And then last year, I just thought, why don't I call Dad and say, what does Beelzebub mean? And he said, well, I thought it was Beelzebum. I thought he used to call me, like B-U-M. And then he said, oh, no, it's Beelzebub is what we used to call you. And I said, right, well, how did it turn into Beelzebum? He said, it just kind of merged into Beelzebum. You were just a cute kid, that sort of thing. And I said, what does it mean? He said, I don't know. We used to say it in a loving way, but I'm not sure what it means. Something to do with the devil. And I went, what? So I've looked it up. It's the chief spirit of evil and adversary of God. Master of hell, prince of darkness, Satan.
Yeah.
It means Satan.
Well, that's
Living
your nickname
Satan.
around here, Satan.
That's like master of hell. Jeez, I
talking
must have
of
been a great kid.
We're talking of nicknames that you were given growing up from your family and you had no idea about. Craig Bellamy got Ned. He didn't find out until he was 13 is because he was wild as Ned Kelly. Michelle the Minx has given us a call. Good morning, Michelle.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Minxie.
Now, we call you the Minx. But, Michelle, what nickname were you given growing up?
My family used to call me Shelley with the big fat belly.
Kelly with the big fat belly.
Shelley.
Oh, Shelley.
Yeah.
And you
Shelley.
And you had no idea why?
No.
Did you have a big fat belly?
I did have a bit of a protruding stomach, but nothing too big.
No, it seems a bit heavy. Yeah, I mean, when I say that, I don't mean.
Look, I used to get quite angry.
Yeah.
Oh, so was it just Shelley because it rhymed with belly? Is that the only reason, Michelle?
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know,
that's
Michelle?
tough.
As you grew up and sort of through your teenage years, and I know you didn't mind a gent in your 20s also, and nothing's changed.
No, not even in the 60s.
No. Well, did your nickname change at all?
Yes, I got Bell.
You got
Called Bell in the end, B-E-L-L-E.
right. Why Bell?
Bell.
They just shortened my name, Michelle, to Bell.
Oh, I can see what they've done
there
there.
you go.
Ring that.
Quite
that's
cute.
brilliant.
Yeah, that's quite cute.
Well, can we go to another Michelle? We've got another Michelle in Parramatta. What nickname did you get, Michelle?
I got Shitty Shell at the age of 3.
Oh, you should not be shitty, Shell. That's not fair, is it?
And how long did that last, Shitty Shell?
I still get called that now when I get frustrated. And it's 35 years later.
It's not fair, is it? I mean, was there one moment altogether where there was, I don't know, a punami or something in the back of a nappy, or were you just a terrible kid?
No, I had a tantrum at the age of 3, apparently, and a family friend called me Shitty Shell, and it stuck ever since.
That is brilliant.
How good is that? Keep the
And
calls
whenever
coming.
she gets angry, you can just bring it out just to fire up even more.
Here
That
she
is
is.
just gold.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Welcome to the 97th Academy Awards. I'm your host, Conan O'Brien. We did not use AI to make this show. No AI. Yeah, we would never do that. We use child labor.
Do you know what I realised, Fitz? I was watching a video the other day on things you didn't realise that you could buy. And for $30,000, you can get like a corporate package to the Oscars. You can be there with all the stars.
Wow. Actually, just on the AI as well, I didn't know that Adrian Brody used AI in The Brutalist. They used a bit of him as AI.
Oh, really?
And he's won the Oscar. Is that a bit of a kick in the face for the other nominees?
I mean, was he even there on the day?
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is the thing. Did you see him throwing the chewy to his missus as he was going up?
Don't do that.
I love that.
Yeah, but mate, no one's chewed gum since the 90s, and it was a bogan thing to do.
No, it's not. That was like, oh my gosh, I've won it. I've got a chewy in my mouth. I forgot. Here, honey, just take this while I go up there. I just thought it was a really endearing moment.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Like one of the Madden twins, one of the Madden brothers sitting there chewing gum, and then they would have like a toothpick in their mouth for some weird reason.
Why would the Madden brothers be at the Oscars, mate?
I'm just talking about the last time I saw anybody chewing gum. I don't have a lot of gum references. There's not a lot out there. What a great night. I mean, page 23 and 22, you got your double page spread in the paper. Do you know what I love? Because it just feels like home when you see photos of Jackie Weaver, Guy Pearce. There he is in his suit. He didn't win yesterday. There were no Aussies that took out the top gong. But I tell you what, some of the outfits, Ryan James, a few beauties there. I mean, Ariana Grande, if she doesn't turn that dress into a light shade or some sort of chandelier, she's ready to go. I mean, she was one of the big stars.
Well, the amount of outfits that they wear, because then they go to after parties afterwards. Miley Cyrus had a completely different haircut at the after party.
What?
So she's gone to the Oscars with one bouffant haircut, and then she's actually gone to the hair salon in between the after party.
You've got to be kidding me.
And she's actually had a haircut.
Can I get a short back and sides before the after party place?
She's jumped on the dance floor.
I don't want to have a crack at anybody, especially when it comes to appearance, but I just got to mention the lemon look that Timothée Chalamet went with. I know he's one of your favourites, Ryan Jones, but he did look like a wiggle.
He can wear whatever he wants, that dude, mate, and he can get away. Mate, who else could wear a lemon suit and get away with it? Chalamet, mate.
Tommy, you mentioned that there was lots of comments regarding his...
Oh, yeah, there are memes saying that he looks like what you need to add to mashed potato to make it more buttery. You know?
He looks like, or some margarine.
Yeah.
You know what? He changed too, Ryan James. He changed into black for the after party. So which Jenner is he with? Kylie Jenner. I don't think
Jenner,
that's
correct.
not going to last, mate.
Why?
That looks like a real mismatch. When you see photos of them together, and I've heard that too, she is avoiding red carpets. Here's the goss for you. She's avoiding red carpets because she doesn't want to reinforce a relationship, because even she knows it's on the stink.
Here's a bit of goss for you, and I didn't know that the Oscars were a bit like the Logies, that if you do go out during the break to go for a wee and you don't get back in, you're not at your seat. But his former flame, Lily Rose Depp, she took to the stage to present the Best Costume Design Award. Chalamet and Kylie Jenner were not there when she was up there, so he did not want to be there when his ex was presenting an award.
Very interesting. Well-timed wee, you might say, Chalamet. Very well-timed wee. Let's move on to some after-party goss. You may have heard it in the news. Dancing very closely, like hard up on it, Jeff Bezos, Sofia Vergara. Now,
give me a break.
Jeff Bezos and Busty.
They're both married.
And Busty brunettes. My God, does he have a thing for it? He's two loves in his life: cheap products that can be delivered on time and busty brunettes. And that's Jeff to a T, mate. That is him all over.
They're both married.
What do you got, Tom?
Sofia Vergara is now single.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, is she really,
Yeah.
Tom?
What happened to the guy that made the Onion
her and
Punch?
Joe Manganiello or whatever, he got turfed.
That's right.
Well, you stalked her for a couple of weeks when she was the last time she was here in Australia.
No, it was closer to a couple of years.
Remember you presented her...
Don't, Tom. I gave you one job, Tom.
There was a red carpet opportunity here at the Star or something where you could meet Sofia Vergara and Whip went along.
Yeah, a black tie.
And you gave her a commemorative plate.
Yeah, with a picture of the two of us. Yeah,
that's right.
On the plate.
I think you'd spelled... Because it was the day that you were meeting, so you put on there Thursday, March 31 or whatever, except you spelled Thursday, Thusday.
It didn't have the R in there. Someone left the R out. It was a printing error. Sophia thought it was made it more unique.
Culturally insensitive as well to give a Colombian a plate.
It was inside a microwave. Can we continue to celebrate? If we got a little bit of Ariana Grande and... Great opener for the Wicked fans. I'm not one of them. Can I just say too, and Nora, congratulations, took out 5 Oscars, 5 Academy Awards. It's not on
amazing.
here. No one's ever seen it.
Well,
put your hand up if you've seen it.
It's a bit of an art house movie. Well, do you know what? A lot of people were disappointed that Demi Moore didn't win Best Actress.
Yes.
And I can understand why. If you've seen The Substance, it's an unbelievable movie. And this was going to be her. I mean, you have one moment in your life that it was going to be her legacy, mate. And unfortunately, she didn't get it. So there's a photo of Demi in a hotel room with 2 huge plates of chips. She's drowning her sorrows in some hot chips after the show.
And you'll see those plates underneath those chips. It's got a photo of Demi and I, and there's an R missing from Thursday.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Can I just say, too, if you had a bad night's sleep, do you know what? There's so much pressure when it comes to your sleep, Fitz, because everyone's talking about how important it is now. And even a podcast, I was listening to Smartless the other day with Bill Gates, and he's talking about how crucial sleep is and how much we're learning about sleep. One expert's come out to say, because you know how they suggest you need at least 8 hours sleep? Yeah. Someone's come out and said that's absolute rubbish. You need between 6 and 8 and 7's fine. The reason that they have a whole lot of doctors come out to say that you need 8 hours sleep is because they want to add the pressure so that you go and buy more pharmaceuticals and you go and buy more sleep powders and tablets to regulate your sleep, and therefore you make more money. So the one expert has come out and said the doctors are behind it, and said they're sponsored and if not paid by some of the pharmaceutical companies to tell you need to sleep more, and here's how you do it.
I mean, it's a big statement.
It's a commercial world, man.
Need our sleep, mate. I mean, LeBron gets 10 hours a night. He has his own room in the house, darkened, doesn't sleep with his wife. Remember, we've spoken about that? He's still playing NBA basketball at the age of 40.
Does he have a sleep apnea mask? Because that could help.
No. No, he doesn't. Mate, how many hours sleep does Bill Gates get? What did it say in the...
23. He does 23 hours a day.
What?
Yeah, he wakes up for 1. Bloody effective with his time for that 1 hour.
Gatesy.
Gets a lot done. All right, you only need 7 hours. There's your update.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Married at First Sight, you've heard of it, television show. It's doing all right at the moment anyway. Last night, I just can't, my ears prick up. I'm sort of one of those that sort of watches it and does the washing as well, so you sort of have it in the background.
Sure.
So Ryan and Jackie last night, been a bit of controversy with their relationship. They like to open up a bit about their sex lives, which I find a bit creepy when you're doing it on national television. I suppose I did it on a reality show as well, but anyway, so they're talking last night. I didn't know this, but Ryan keeps himself in pretty good nick, right? Mm-hmm. Goes to the gym quite a bit, loves the gym, but also loves the bedroom whip. But you can't do both at once. Have a listen to Ryan's comment last night.
In terms of like going to the gym and whatnot, I prefer to train before having sex because saving my testosterone enhances performance. It served me very well for like 15, 20 years.
How the edit's in there. My God, some sledgehammer has come through that.
Can I just say you are right when you listen back, just the audio. The editing on this show is so horrific. Have a listen to it again.
In terms of like going to the gym and whatnot, I prefer to train before having sex because saving my testosterone enhances performance. It served me very well for like 15, 20 years.
Who's the samurai that came through there? He didn't even let him finish the word testosterone before you cut him off.
Imagine being do you actually want your name attributed to the editor role on Married at First Sight when the credits come up at the end?
No, you don't.
Are you going to get a job afterwards?
I'm surprised they haven't coached some of the people that go on the show to leave gaps for the editor. So there I was, finding my way into the bedroom, at the gym, just pickups of just...
Imagine every day the editor walking into Channel 9 thinking to himself, I have got around about 12 hours of footage at a dinner party that I need to cut into a 1 minute montage. Yeah. Like, how am I going to do this?
You've seen behind the scenes of this too, and they do it on Big Brother Fits, where they'll have a whiteboard, and then what they'll do is, as they're looking at the footage, they just start to write down themes. So it'll be like, Fitzy plays with kangaroo, so they'll write that down. Then if they see you and they tie it into, maybe you did something like an impersonation of a wombat. So Fitzy loves animals. They'll go, okay, animals, we've got a kangaroo there, we've got a wombat impersonation. Yeah. So then the editor, and the next thing you know, it says, and Fitzy's obsession with animals continued.
And then the story comes together.
Yeah.
It's crazy at the moment, but it's good to know. Maybe use your testosterone at the gym before you go into the bedroom.
Okay.
Use that up because it'll work on your body first before you jump into bed with someone.
What if you don't go to the gym? Well, you're not going to end up in bed either.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Welcome to the 97th Academy Awards. I'm your host, Conan O'Brien. We did not use AI to make this show. No AI. We would never do that. We use child labor.
Well done to Conan O'Brien. Did an amazing job. Just on that as well, just on the AI, it's interesting because Adrian Brody has won 2 Best Actor Oscars. He won in 2002 for The Pianist. But
it's just too close when you say that.
Oh, no, it's very hard to say. I didn't know this, but they used a lot of AI for Adrian Brody in the movie The Brutalist that he's won this Oscar for.
Oh.
And there's a lot of controversy over this. I wanted Timothée Chalamet to win it, but you know what? He's won a second one. Just in regards to speeches, and we all know if you go on too long, they start playing the music.
They do, yeah.
When you've won 2 Best Actor... When you won 2 Best Actor Oscars before, you can tell them to stop the music, can't you? Because you want to keep talking. You're allowed to do that.
A bit of I haven't finished yet.
Oh, what bloody oath. Have a listen to this. I mean, he's just won his 2nd Best Actor gong. Have a listen to this.
The real Laszlo Toth, who deserves to be up here as well. And I'm wrapping up. Please, I'm wrapping up. I will wrap up. Please turn the music off. I've done this before. Thank you. Done this before. It's not my first rodeo, but I will be brief. I will not be egregious, I promise.
How good is that?
What was that word he used? Egregious.
Egregious.
George Gregus. That was, he's a master, that guy, but I reckon you're right, Fitz. He does deserve his time. He was polite about it, and I could hear that music wrapping so many people up really early yesterday.
Oh, it is. Well, Kieran Culkin won for Best Supporting Actor in a movie, A Real Pain, right? Great actor. So he was up there and he was going a little bit long, and he knew that he was going long, and he was waiting for the music to come in. And then he said the same. He said, can you not play the music because I've got a story that I want to tell about my wife, which was pretty amazing. Have a listen to this.
I love you, Jazz. This is I have to thank my wife, Jazz, for absolutely everything, for giving me my favorite people in the world. Please don't play the music because I want to tell a really quick story about Jazz. About a year ago, I was on a stage like this, and I very stupidly publicly said that I want a 3rd kid from her because she said if I won the award, she would give me the kid. It turns out she said that because she didn't think I was going to win. And people came up to her and were like, really annoying her. I think it got to her. But anyway, after the show, we're walking through a parking lot. She's holding the Emmy. We're trying to find our car. Emily, you were there, so you're a witness. And she goes, oh, God, I did say that. I guess I owe you a 3rd kid. And I turned to her and I said, really, I want 4. And she turned to me. I swear to God this happened. It was just over a year ago. She said, I will give you 4 when you win an Oscar.
Wow. Makes for a big night tonight then, doesn't it?
How good is that? We all got sucked in. Everyone thought that Robert De Niro got up and presented an award and came out and said this.
I'm going to say one thing. Trump.
always been a fan.
But that was from the 2018 Tony Awards. But someone has just put it up again and said that Robert De Niro was there presenting an award at the Oscars. It wasn't actually the 2025 Oscars.
Have you seen Fitz on social media? Because they know Robert De Niro hates Trump so much. There's Trump impersonators that go around harassing him on the street. So they'll find out that he's a hotel and the guy will turn up and go, Robert, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what the problem is. So just in his face the entire time.
Or the big after parties, just quickly, the Vanity Fair Oscar party was huge. Kim Kardashian, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum was there. They were eating In-N-Out burgers there. Demi Moore was a bit upset. It says here, according to a lip reader, when she lost the Best Actress award, the Substance star couldn't contain her disappointment. Demi says nice, but she isn't smiling when she says it. That's from the Daily Mail lip reader, which I think is a 17-year-old intern who wants to meet a math star. And the other one was the Elton John AIDS Foundation. That was the other big one. Chapel Roan performed at that one with. So that was a huge after party for everyone.
Have a listen to this. Pink Pony Club.
So that's always one of the biggest after parties going around.
How good is that? I mean, there's... well, you know what I Googled last night? Is there such thing as a Pink Pony Club? It's not. There's a gay bar called the Abbey in West Hollywood, and that is meant to be the Pink Pony Club. So a little bit of fun for you guys. If you want to know the origin of any other song titles, give
big
the show
night
a
on
call.
the Google for you there, Wes.
Flat out,
Awesome.
mate. Absolutely big 24 hours for me.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hey, here's a good trend that started on TikTok. The idea is that you have to name your ex-partner after a brand, Ryan James.
After a brand?
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Microsoft is what one girl's written because he was micro and way too soft.
Oh, whoa.
One person has said, I'd like to name my ex Tommy Hilfiger because he'll figure it out. He'll figure out a way to lie about anything.
That's good. Really good.
Hello Kitty, because he said hello to every kitty, unfortunately. New Balance. That's what I got when I finally left him. What about this one?
Oh, doesn't Lisa call you Adidas?
Why is that?
All day I dream about steak?
No. And I would refer to her. I thought about this. I would refer to Lisa as Queensland. Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
That's
What about
not
this
what
one?
you said off air.
What about this one? IKEA, because every time I'd just go home and have to do it myself. Twitter, because now he's my ex.
That is really good.
I know that this list goes on and on. Someone's written Crocs. Ugly, but very comfortable.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's really good. Catherine in Ramwick, what do you call the ex, Kath?
Hello, Duolingo.
Oh, yeah. I know that app.
Duolingo. That's where you can learn a language, Duolingo. Why Duolingo, Kath?
Or more just because I never learned my lesson.
Oh, Catherine, good.
That is really good.
Natalie in Maroubra, hello.
Hi, guys. How are we?
What brand did you call him, Nat?
Well, sometimes I call him Showbags because he's full of crap.
Oh, cop that. Cop that.
That is.
Are you still with him, Nat?
Very good.
I am.
All right, gotta love the Showbag.
That's good. He only comes out around Easter. Carol in Engadine, what do you call your partner, Carol?
Well, my husband's last name's Milky, and so I call him the Milkman because he always delivers.
Oh, God, okay. The Milkman. Reporting for duty.
Aren't they calling Pat Cummins that now? Postman Pat, because he always delivers.
Melanie, hello.
Oh, hey, guys. How are you?
Good. You got a brand for yourself, do you?
Yes, I do. Boys, I call myself Gillette because I'm the best a man could get.
Wow. Rounds it out.
I know, guys. Thank you.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Welcome to the 97th Academy Awards. I'm your host, Conan O'Brien. If your acceptance speech goes too long, instead of playing you off with music, we'll cut to John Lithgow in the audience looking not angry, but slightly disappointed.
Hollywood's Night of Nights. Do you know what's interesting? I mean, we've been talking about the after party and Jeff Bezos seen dancing very intimately with Sofia Vergara. Great to see, Tommy, too. The video's gone up online of me presenting Sofia Vergara with a plate, a commemorative plate when I met her.
Yeah, when you guys had your red carpet moment right here in Sydney.
Yes, that was extremely flirtatious as well.
Spelling mistake on the plate as well, so it was uniquely customised by Whipper.
Yeah, I mean, she's not going to have another plate with the picture of two people when it says Thursday without the R in it. So that.
Wonder where that plate went, because I remember you gave it to her, and then I think her people took it away. Would have that gone straight into a wheelie bin out the front?
She said, "I'm going to keep this forever." It wouldn't surprise me if she got up every Saturday morning, had her smashed avocado, looking at my face, and you know what, Fitz? She would lick the plate to get those last bits of avocado on my lips.
She was at the Vanity Fair Oscars party eating In-N-Out burgers with Heidi Klum.
Table for two.
I mean, it's
not bad.
I see Demi Moore as well sort of went back to her room, didn't go to any after party. She's got 2 massive plates of hot chips there that her daughter Tallulah posted. She was a bit disappointed. Demi should have won Best Actress.
Yeah,
I think she, for the substance, it was a great effort.
When you see like somebody smashing a burger or a bowl of chips like Demi Moore, you got to think you've had a good crack at the gas, because you really don't tuck into that sort of food at that time of the night unless you've had a bit of a go at it.
You don't drink at the Oscars, though, do you?
Oh, come on.
What's the only one that you do? It's the Globes, Tommy? Is it the Golden Globes?
Yeah, they have the big bottles of
sit-down dinner.
Champagne on your table.
Do they?
At the Globes.
What about the Grammys? They have to have grog at the Grammys.
No, that's sit-down as well. That's sit-down as well. So you'd have to get a hit flask in.
Right,
Can we speak to someone who's been at the Oscars? And Richard Wilkins would have snuck in a hit flask before, wouldn't he, Dickie?
What about the Shiwi that you found, Fitz, which is...
Tommy, can we ring Dickie right now?
I mean,
you'll go into the after parties now. Any chance we can ring Dickie to see how you get booze into the Oscars?
Yep. I'm sure he said that he had a gin and tonic.
You do a bit more goss.
Yeah, sure. You chase the big Dickie.
And I'll chase Dickie.
Let's talk about Chris Rock, because he's been asked, and it's been 3 years after he was slapped by Will Smith. He's been asked, well, would you host again? Would you actually host again? Because that was so full on last time. A little bit hard to hear. Have a listen.
Never know. The most miserable people on earth are people that can't forgive. That's right. So you never know.
Have you reached a point of forgiveness?
I live in forgiveness. True love starts at forgiveness.
True love starts at forgiveness. The most miserable people on the planet are those that can't forgive. So I would suggest...
Did Will Smith get a lifetime ban after that? Wasn't he banned?
I think so, yeah. He won't be there again.
3-month ban from the bar.
Can we talk also about Macaulay Culkin? Because his brother, excuse me, I don't know what's happened here.
Well, I think Kieran's done well enough now that he's not introduced as Macaulay
Culkin's brother. He's won an Oscar. But have a listen to this. This is...
Guys, did you watch any of the show tonight?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, how could we
just
not?
the best supporting actor. That's the only thing I watched.
That was, I mean, of
True
course.
True story. Yeah.
Well, how did you text Paul? Like, what's the deal when your sibling wins an Oscar?
No, I cried and I was like, I'm going to see you later. Yeah.
Did you expect it?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Come on, let's be real. We're allowed to say
He
that.
was front row, aisle, closest to the stairs. There was no way he was not going to win.
There we go. So was Guy Pearce, but he didn't win. Hey, we tracked down Dickie. Tom, can we put in a call?
Yeah, let's give him a buzz.
To the weapon.
Has he still got 2 phones, Tom?
Yes, 3 probably.
Okay. Blackberry, another Blackberry.
Hello.
Dickie, it's Fitzy and Whipper. Well, how many phones do you have these days? 2 or 3? Have you still got the Blackberry or just the one now, Dick?
No, the BlackBerry stopped working a while back. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, it was analog, I think.
Because you had a couple of burner phones, didn't you, Dickie?
No.
I just have the one phone, boys. Thanks for inquiring. Yeah.
Hey, Dickie, we want to know about the Oscars. It's no booze, is it? You can't take booze in there, can you?
Why would you take it in? There's a bar there.
Oh, is there? So when you go out the back to, say, the toilet and behind the scenes, you've got a full bar, do you?
Huge. There's a huge setup. There are bars on each level there. It's multi-layered. It's all going on there.
Oh.
Huge.
But Dickie, you're not allowed to take it back into the theatre, though, are you? You can't be seen having a drink in your hand.
Well, no, probably not. You're there to watch the show. You don't want to see someone guzzling, necking a bloody bottle of beer halfway through the cutaway shot.
No, you don't. Dickie, were you there the year that Russell Crowe won for Gladiator?
I was, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Oh, my God. So what happened? Where was that after party?
Everywhere.
Oh, God.
And did Russell point you out and say, did he do the old got the guy with the massive head over there, I want to get him into the after party? Is that how it went, Dickie?
It was at a different venue there. It was at the Shrine Auditorium. I think it was the last year they had it down there, downtown. I do recall that Russell had said to me kindly, mate, come back to the Governor's Balls. There's a little door on the side. I'll sneak you in. And I went, okie dokie. So I went down there. I had Michael Usher with me.
The Mush.
Mush.
Musher was there. And so anyway, we found our way down there. You have to sort of sneak around a bit because they have big burly security guys to keep the likes of us well away from the Governor's Ball. But we did find the door, and true to his word, Russell came out of the door and he said, come on, he said, I've got a pass here for you, that he'd nicked off somebody else, I think. And he handed it to me, and I said, I've got Musher here as well. And he went, said a bad word, and he said, hold this, and he handed me his Oscar, and he went inside and got another pass for Musher, and then we went in and sat down at the table like we owned the joint, as all Spielbergs and Katzenbergs and everybody come up to congratulate Russell. Yeah.
And what does an Oscar feel like in the hand? Is it quite weighty?
Feels very good, actually. I could get used to that. It is quite a weighty thing, and but it just feels grand. It's just the right weight. It's you just feel pretty special when you hold it.
Can you give us one name? Can you give us one name that you flirted with that night in the after party? Just give us one name.
I was there on duty. No, it was not an occasion for that sort of carry on, lad.
There were some other...
Russell was there with his family, and we hit the after parties and things. Went to Elton John's after party. He said, "You want to go in the front door or the back door?" So we decided to go in the back door. And, a little side door, and just go zip, zip, zip down the stairs. And there was Elton and David Furnish and Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas, and that was about it.
I remember seeing photos from that night. I think Cyndi Lauper was there.
I don't recall Cindy there.
No.
She's coming out on tour shortly, though.
Time after time. She's coming to Australia, is she?
Yes, she is.
Oh, my God.
Rich... Girls just want to have fun tour. It's her farewell tour. Last lap of the block for Cindy.
I don't think she needs to call it the last lap. I reckon, because have you met her before?
Me?
Yeah.
You're still talking to me or what?
Yeah, have you met Cyndi Lauper before?
I have, yes.
Let's organise a drink at your bar. I love Dickie's parties. Can we have a party at your house with Cyndi Lauper?
Sure. Why not?
Which pool would we be around?
Well, I think it's in the middle of the year. It might be a bit chilly for a dip, but, you never know with you lot. You'll be, nicely going by that time.
Last time I turned up to your house, Barry Humphries was there.
Yes. Yes, that was a lovely occasion. I bumped into him in Woolies, and it's Rich. And I said, what are you doing? He said, we just dropped off the plane. He said, we're in at the flat. And he called his massive apartment a flat. God love him.
Yeah.
And he said, Lizzie's just buying some provisions. And I said, what are you doing? Do you want to pop around? He said, I'd love to. And I think you walked in with him, and you said, Barry Humphries is meeting everybody at the door.
Yeah, he was greeting everyone. Awesome. Oh, my God. I thought who's turning up next? Elle Macpherson? You know what I mean?
Oh, Richard.
He was a very charming man, Barry. He was, he'd chat to everyone. And what do you do? I'm a TV producer. How fabulous. What does that involve? It was just
Richard, mate, do you know what? For anyone out there, we adore this man. The amount of stories that you've had over the years. You know what, Dickie? The only thing that was missing yesterday from the broadcast was you on the red carpet. Yeah. Because you know what? You have been a staple of the Oscars for so long. And I know there's been a few budget cuts and that from Channel 9, and they're not sending you over anymore. Don't worry, I'll have a crack at them about that one, Dickie, because you deserve to be there, mate.
Well, there's a little slight hiccup, but Channel 7 have the Oscars telecast these days.
Sort of more of a network issue than a budget issue. So how dare you call them a bunch of budget cuts? Sorry.
No, we had it I did the Oscars for 20 years exactly. The second time was when Russell won. Through to 2019. I loved it. It was the hardest work. I'd ring all the publicists, ring everybody, send them photos of where we were. Work my tail off, do lots of broad radio stuff to the likes of you lot, and and have a really good time. And we used to go back to the bureau and put our stories together. Robbie Penfold would be there, pull a little bottle out of his bottom drawer.
It's not an Oscar speech, mate. It's not an Oscar speech. You don't have to thank You don't have to thank everyone around you. You're not Adrian Brody.
He's still going. His speech was longer than the Brutalist.
We love you, Dickie.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.